Hello. Hi everybody. Welcome to the 4th Spotlight stamping class for the Trucking Along stamp set in October 2023. My name is Stacey Marsh and I'm a demonstrator here in the UK. I am joining you not live from my craft room but pre-recorded, so do add your comments and let me know where you are when you're watching this. The Spotlight stamping classes this is the second month I've done it and I've really enjoyed putting them together for you all. So at the end of class number 2, it's really, really nice to see lots of you joining in, lots of you making your own card designs and lots of you enjoying the designs that I've put together. So thank you very much for ordering the kits and for engaging with me. It's always nice to meet new crafters and to craft with existing friends. So for the final card in this month's set, I have called it my kitchen sink card, and I always call a kitchen sink card the card that you've thrown everything at, the card that is all singing, all dancing. It's got all the bells and all the whistles, and it's definitely far from simple stamping. So if you've followed along for the last 3 cards, I hope you've enjoyed the cards. This one's going to take you slightly longer because, like I said, I've thrown the kitchen sink at it. But I do hope you like it. There's ways that you can simplify if you would prefer, and there's ways that you can make it even more exciting if you wanted to. So do join me. I will hop on over to my desk and share the card with you. As always, everything I've used today is available to purchase from my online store. You can find that at staceymarsh.co.uk. On there, you'll also find a link to subscribe to my newsletter. If you subscribe to my newsletter, you'll find out about all my classes before anybody else. And the next Spotlight stamping class will be for December now. November's is sold out and that will start next week, but December's will go live to order next week. So do make sure you're on my mailing list to find out more about that. Now let me move over to my desk and we'll do some crafting. Okay, there we are. I've got a completely blank desk, which is always a lovely, lovely place to start. So let's have a little recap on the cards so far this month. We'll start with the first class. So the first card looked like this. Very, very nice, simple card design. I've absolutely adore the red Christmas truck carrying the Christmas tree home. It reminds me of the Christmas song, Driving Home for Christmas, which is one of my favourites. Little fun fact for you. So that was card number 1. Card number 2, we stepped it up quite a bit. Looks very, very simple, but actually we've created a little aperture and the detail is inside. This card's been inspired by my friend and upline, Michelle Last, who created something very, very similar. So thank you very much for that, Michelle. Card number 3 was last week's. Really, really straightforward, but I love this card design. It's so cute. It's the sentiment on it, sending you sunny thoughts, which is great for someone that's going on an adventure, someone who perhaps is not having a great time, but it's really, really nice. It would also double up as a nice male birthday card, and you could just switch that out for a happy birthday sentiment. And then my kitchen sink card, as I like to call it, looks like this. So I've created a really nice little scene on the main, on the circle in the middle. I've got fussy cutting, I've got 2-step stamping, I've got 2nd generation stamping, we've got some ribbon, we've got some DSP. There's lots going on this card. I'm going to break it down for you in this video. So if you have, there's also a little bit of detail on the inside. If you have your kits, you should have 1 kit left. It's kit number 4. And everything you need will be in that little package. So I'll talk you through what you should have right now. So you should have a lovely card base. This has been cut from crushed curry. Once I'd put the card together and I'd done all the kits, I actually realised that the backing, one of the colours in this DSP is wild wheat. So wild wheat would actually look really nice as a background. But I also love the way the yellow, the crushed curry makes everything really pop and stand out. So I'm still pleased with my crushed curry. You will have 2 pieces of a very vanilla. They will be both the same size. And you will have a piece of this checkered designer series paper. This is on the back of the Let's Go Fishing set. And you really don't have to love fish to love that set of papers. All of the papers that I've used on these cards are from the Let's Go Fishing set, and as you can see, there really isn't a fish in sight on any of my cards. So you don't have to be a fish fan for these papers. Okay, so I'm going to put these two pieces together, just layer them together. It's about the DSP is about 3 millimeters smaller than the Very Vanilla layer behind. And that's just going to sit on the card front with a nice little border of that crushed curry card showing through. Okay, inside the card, I'm going to stick this piece down. Like so. Just making sure that's in the middle as well. So that's the card well on its way to being started. Now you will have in your kits some garden green ribbon. It looks like this. It's from the mini catalogue and it comes with a red ribbon as well. It's a sort of a duo pack. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this piece of ribbon over just 2 or 3 times. Use what you've got in your kit to... Let's go 3. You won't be snipping yours because yours is long enough, but I am going to add my ribbon to my card like that. So I'm sort of folding it over in a little bit of a bow design, and I am going to secure this to my card with a little bit of washi tape. If I can find the end. I don't want to let go of the ribbon. See if I can find it. There it is. Thank goodness for fingernails. Ta-da, lovely. Okay, so I'm going to hold that in position. I'm going to stick my washi tape over it like that. So you're almost creating a bow, but without creating a bow. And then I'm going to leave these two separate for the time being because I actually need to work on this vanilla circle. So I'm going to stick this outer yellow circle to my card front with a couple of little foam pad dimensionals to raise it. There's no point trying to stick that down with wet glue or double-sided because it's just going to go all bumpy from the width of the materials you've got underneath it. Okay, so I can't do anything more to that for the time being. So now let's work on this little circle. Just going to grab myself some grid paper. Okay, and I'm going to move my camera in ever so slightly, if I can. Okay, it's going down nice and slowly. There we are. Okay, so you can see my desk in a bit more detail. So I have here, I have the circle that's been cut from vanilla card using the Stylish Shapes dies. And I'm going to build up my scene gradually. Okay, so let me just swap this out so you can see what we're going to be doing. And on here, this is the stamp set. You can see my lights above. On here, you've got this image down here, which is a bit like a road. So let's start with that one. And this stamp set really is great for creating a little scene. So let's just put that on there. Okay. And I'm going to stamp this in Memento ink. So I'm going to start with this at the bottom. Okay. I'm just going to stamp that straight across there. And then I'm going to put another one up here. And then I'm going to turn it round. And I'm going to stamp again, like so. So I'm kind of creating a little bit of a road background. Okay. Next, I'm going to take my tree outline. I'm going to take this one here. The stamp set's going to be opened and closed quite a lot during this video. That's gone a bit yucky, that one. that's been put away and not very clean. So here we have the little tree stamp. And I'm going to stamp this once, just in the background. Like that. Now I also want to stamp another one. I'm going to stamp this onto my grid paper. And I'm going to take, oh gosh, oh dear. That's that card ruined. I'm going to stamp another one on here. Okay. So the reason I've stamped one on here is because I want to mask it. I want to use this as my mask. So I'm going to trim around this. And this is how we're going to create a little bit of a look. And you can do this just with any sort of copy paper, or you can use a post-it note, or you can use Stampin' Up masking paper. So I'm going to lay that over there, and then I'm going to ink my stamp once more. I'm going to move it up. I'm going to stamp it again, like so. So there we have two trees that look like they are behind one another. Now let's put the lid on that ink pad. And I want the fluffy bit of the tree next. So let's put that on there. And I'm going to stamp with garden green ink. I'm really annoyed about that. Never mind. Okay. I'm going to stamp the first generation in the front. Just line that up. Lovely. And then I'm going to stamp again, but stamp onto my paper. So that is my first generation. And then what I would class as second generation is what's left on there. So without inking the stamp again, I'm going to stamp that onto the tree. And what that does is that gives you an illusion that one is in front of the other. So can you see that? Which is a really nice technique. And then I want to stamp this one as well. So I'm inking it once and stamping it. Okay. So I'm going to trim this little one out. I'm going to also just colour. I'm going to take a crumb cake dark blend. I'm just going to add a bit of colour to the tree trunk on that one and on this one. Lovely. Okay. Give this a little trim out. I'm going to leave a nice little white, little vanilla border showing. Excuse me. There we go. So that's trimmed that out. And now I'm going to stick this on. So I want to give the illusion that it's kind of in front a bit more. So I'm going to add a bit of glue here. And then I'm going to pick that up and kind of put it about there. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp my car. So here I've got my vanilla card again. I've got my Memento ink. And let's stamp that background of that car. Lovely. I've got the infill of the card. I'm just going to give this a little clean because it looks like it's still got some blue ink from last week on. So let's just give this a little clean. It had quite a lot of blue ink still on it. So that's nice and clean now. And then I'm going to take a crushed curry ink pad and I'm going to stamp that truck. So line it up. I line it up with the window and the wheels. Perfect. And then you'll notice on the back of my truck, I've got, let me just zoom in a bit. You'll notice that I've got a little trailer bit going on. So for the trailer bit in your stamp set, it's this bit here. Okay, so let's just stamp that. I've got the outline and the infill. So for the outline, I'm going to stamp that in Memento. Lovely jubbly. And I've got the infill with crushed curry. Like so. I've got the wheels in Memento. And these are going to get lined up with the 2 dots. Perfect. And then I've got these little flowers in the back. So I'm going to go for that one first. Need all the blocks for this card. Okay. And then I've got the infill image, which I'm going to stamp in garden green. So the images in this stamp set are really intricate, but they're so clever. I love how they all mix and match, how you get so many different options. Like that. Perfect. I'm just going to take a little blend. I'm going to take the same crumb cake blend and just colour in those pots. Lovely. So now I'm going to trim around this. Obviously I'll do a better job, so I'm just going to trim around here. I'm going to miss using this little truck. It's so much fun. I've really enjoyed putting all of these cards and designs and videos together for you all. That's it. So there is my truck. And then I can start to put this on. Let's put that out there. Where's my dimensionals? Here they are. Okay, there we go. Perfect. And I've got the Farm Fresh sentiment here, which it doesn't really mean anything. It's just a nice little phrase to put on. when I've got to do my clouds. So let's put Farm Fresh over here, and then I want the cloud. So I'm going to stamp one cloud directly onto my circle, and I want to stamp one onto my vanilla card. I've got a little bit of scrap here that I can use. Okay. And now I'm going to take a Smoky Slate Light blend, and I'm going to go around. Use the right end, Stacey. I might get some. I'm going to use the fine tip end, and I'm just going to go around the inside of that cloud. I don't want to put too much colour. I just want to give it a little bit of a cloudy look. So once I've done that, I'm then going to take my colour lifter and I'm going to go over that line. And what that does is it just blends it into the space a little bit more. It just gives you a little bit of a cloudy look without them looking like horrible dark rain clouds. There we go. And then my little rain cloud I'm going to put on with a little dimensional so just overlap it. There we go. So there is my little feature. I can stick that on. So you're creating a scene, but you're creating like a little snapshot of a scene with the truck. And then inside, I've just got a little bit of decoration to do. So open that up. I'm going to take the Sending You Sunny Thoughts sentiment. That's going to get stamped just at the bottom of my card inside. And then I'll take my black fine line pen and I'm going to just draw a nice little neat line around. And that's it. That is the fourth and final card, all done in October's Spotlight Stamping class featuring the Trucking Along stamp set. This stamp set is still available. You won't find it in a catalogue. It's only available online. So do go to the Stampin' Up website, stampinup.co.uk, pop in the search field, Trucking Along, and it will come up. It does come with a coordinating punch if you wanted to upgrade your item. And all online orders placed throughout the month of October will get a nice little card kit to go with that in November from me. Just one card kit and a little gift, so to say thank you. So that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed the cards. Do let me know if you have any comments or questions, or you'd like to make an order, and I will leave you all there. So November's Spotlight Stamping class will start next week, so do join me from midday or throughout November. Have a great week and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye for now.